Hello, everyone, and welcome to a Rattlegion Broadcasting Damn You Hollywood Extra commentary, alternative commentary. It's Godzilla week, all week long, and tonight we are going to be doing a commentary for the 1998 Matthew Broderick Godzilla, the one everyone hates. Well, we saw Godzilla today, my children and I and their friend. I was a gracious husband and took their friend along. And I thought, okay, well, since now they've seen Godzilla King of Monsters, I thought, well, let me go back and show them a real cinematic classic. Let's see where Godzilla really came from. Let's give them a taste of one of the classics. So I'm going to play for them Godzilla 1998. So I'm here with my daughter, Lily, and my dopey son, Jonas.
Okay, but I have one question.
You have one question?
Question.
There you go. How's that speech therapy coming along? What's your question? If you're gonna talk, come closer to the microphone. Okay. What's your question?
So, my question is, will this one show all the other monsters in the?
No, this isn't. This isn't. This isn't full of kaijus. This one is.
Prepare to be let down, Lily.
Yeah, we're going from Godzilla King of Monsters to Godzilla King of Fish.
All right, I think I've lost my daughter for the night.
I'm staying here. Daddy, I got one question.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Hang on. Let me introduce the other two people. Those voices you hear that aren't my children are my other children. My Alexis Hannah of Honeysuckle Rose Creations. And the disapproving dad, Jesse Starcher. How do you do?
Well, I'm ready to watch some Godzilla 1998.
I think one of your kids renamed my company.
What was that?
I think one of your kids renamed my company while you were introducing me.
It's entirely possible. My son requires a lot of attention. Yes, Jonas, you have my full attention now.
Okay, is this when Godzilla came alive?
Yeah, Godzilla will definitely come alive in this movie.
Oh my goodness!
When Godzilla just came alive, right?
Okay, both of you sit on the couch and quit pestering me.
Well, wait. I have a second question. Question.
Yes, we'll take another question from NBC News. Go ahead.
Will this have a full timeline of Godzilla?
Yes, you get to meet. Yes, you get to meet Daddy Godzilla and Mommy Godzilla and all the Godzilla brothers and sisters. We get to see him when he goes to school and then goes off to college. No, you idiot! This is a monster movie.
No, in actual time, from a baby, not the school part, but a baby, then parents taking care of him.
My favorite part of this movie is when Godzilla goes to elementary school and he has his books in a belt.
Oh yeah.
How about you just watch the movie, okay? Okay.
By timeline, meaning aging, not schooling.
They sort of do. Tell her just be ready. Right at the beginning, they do. I watched a little bit of this tonight before we watched it.
Jesse says, watch the beginning of the movie and everything we made clear. Can you handle that?
Yeah.
All right.
We'll go ahead and tell them that.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and start this before I get another silly question. Here we go. And 3, 2, 1, press play. So while we're waiting for this to start, Alexis, what's your history with this movie? Did you see it in theaters? Did you happen to catch it when it was on cable in the middle of the night?
I did see this in theaters. I actually loved the marketing for this. Actually, I'll insult Roland Emmerich till the day is done, but his marketing team knew how to do a trailer. And I love the marketing, the fact that you never see the monster. You see billboards that say, his eye is as big as this sign, or his foot is as big as this bus. That was, really good marketing. I was very impressed.
How about you, Jesse? What's your history with this thing?
1998. Oh, my goodness.
That summer, another summer. Get down. Sound of the funky drummer. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness. I tell you, I was in college, and I remember that was the big thing. Everybody was getting ready. I think we were just getting out of school, and they were promoting this. When did this get released? Was it May?
Yeah, it was a summer blockbuster.
Okay. So I remember everybody talking about it, and of course, I shared on the upcoming source material podcast. I think I mentioned the Taco Bell ads that were out there. So I remember going. I think I went to the theaters and watched this. This was one of the. I was just old enough to have some money in my pocket and go watch a movie when I could, So
for the record, we are all now seeing the sepia tones with the Komodo dragons, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Sorry,
Yes.
I hear it on your guys'
Like baby Godzilla.
we all are still on the right timeline here. And there goes a tree.
Baby Godzilla.
go tree.
There it went. But yeah, man, I can remember these are the late '90s. I remember this thing having at least one song being overplayed on the radio quite a bit.
Was it Puff Daddy's "Come With Me"?
Indeed, it was, sir. Indeed,
Of course it was. There be no shelter here. I actually love the Godzilla '98 soundtrack.
Oh, totally. I re-listened to Wallflowers, Heroes more times than I can count. That was so good.
I was definitely into the Rage Against the Machine, No Shelter. I actually didn't mind Come With Me, but I think Brains too. Look, I'm just going to apologize to everyone in advance. My son will randomly beat me up throughout this podcast. No, you idiot. No. Down, Beavis, down.
Okay, so see, you should be instructing the kids for watching Godzilla home movies.
Yeah, okay, pay attention. This is Godzilla home movies right here.
Yeah, here we go. We're learning.
You're learning how Godzilla came to be.
And you're learning what Trump is probably going to do to the rest of the world.
Hey.
Well, come on, if I could make at least one joke.
Keep your politics out of my Zilla film.
Yeah, this isn't the Whiskey Rebellion.
Oh my God.
So here's what I love about this movie. And I know that this is like heresy to pure Godzilla fans, but I love the fact that they said he can't just be a magical atomic breathing lizard. This has to be explained in some way. He has to have some sort of background or origin story. And so here we see that Godzilla is really just some mutated Komodo dragon after they tested the atomic or dropped the atomic bomb. Which I think is which I love. I understand that's not Godzilla.
What's that giant egg?
I understand that's not Godzilla, but
I understand where you're coming from. It's not Godzilla, but it is kind of nice to get something of a background.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
Look, if this were a monster movie by any other name, I don't think there would be people having as many problems with it. But because they call it Godzilla, it's the worst thing ever.
Okay,
I'll give you that. If this film wasn't Toho, I don't think it would have, carried the reputation that it did.
But I think we learned a valuable lesson with this movie, and that is that I think Hollywood learned by making movies like this and then having them have such a poor reaction that you can't just slap a beloved franchise name on something and say that that's what it is when you don't honor the source material, at least to one degree or another.
I don't know. We still got X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Didn't that come out around the same time?
Okay, here comes Godzilla.
Well, they already know what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. They don't go to the movies with my kids. They'll spoil everything. All right. Take it easy, Beavis.
Yeah, I see. Here comes the twist that it's actually Gamera.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
All right. So we see this is a ship out to sea. This looks like it's Japanese.
Eating noodles with chopsticks and watching sumo wrestling. Like, how could it be anything but Japanese?
Maybe they're Koreans. Who knows?
Oh God! Oh God! What was that? Oh God! That might be Godzilla. That's Godzilla.
It might be Godzilla.
It might be Godzilla trying to sink their ship and then nothingness. Oh my God! Oh my God!
Okay, I'm just looking at your kids in the background go, oh my God, that's just going to be worth the whole thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, why is he singing in the rain?
Good night, singing in the rain.
I'm just going to put the headphones on Lily.
Why?
Because you're funny.
Looking at this, has anyone started watching Chernobyl on HBO yet?
No, I've been.
That's on the list. As soon as I'm done with When They See Us, which, as I said online, has more monsters in it than Godzilla King of Monsters did. I'm going to start on Chernobyl.
For the record, don't spoil Godzilla King of Monsters, but Mark, what did you think?
It was a very fun movie. My daughter didn't really love it, but she did love Mothra because I have to spoil one thing. Mothra was referred to, and maybe this isn't a spoiler, but Mothra was referred to as Queen of the Monsters. all of
Mothra's female, yeah.
Okay, so my daughter thought that was the best thing ever and came alive during the movie. I think the rest of the okay, so my daughter's reacting to the worms coming out of the dirt.
Those don't look like worms.
What do they look?
Well, that's probably because they're Chernobyl earthworms. They're radioactive.
They're radioactive earthworms.
Oh.
This is from the place called Chernobyl, where they had a explosion and meltdown, and the dirt became radioactive.
Everything became radioactive.
Hi, naked mommy.
Oh, what the heck? Okay,
That's not naked mommy. That's Matthew
No,
Broderick.
No, please.
So, Lily, that actor right there, not him, but that one with the glasses, the guy studying the earthworms, that's Matthew Broderick. Oh God, no, he wasn't. Was he in Brighton Beach Memoirs? Or was
I
he?
don't know about that movie.
I can't. Jesus.
Has your daughter seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off yet?
Yeah,
No.
I was going to say, there you go.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's like of all the Matthew Broderick movies, that's the one you ask us if we.
I know. But the ones that I know, there was Brighton Beach Memoirs, and then there was Miss Biloxi Blues, I think it is.
Biloxi Blues, yeah.
And he's in one of those.
Biloxi, something like that.
Okay, so question: how come foreign hotels never have proper lighting?
Okay, the reason why I like a Mothra.
It just looks hot.
Mothra.
Oh, genre no.
Because
Yeah, I was gonna say which one of us is gonna be the first to do Evan proud and shout his name.
the kings, because the kings just help out and try to save the world. The queens have like the power of like stone and like help more than the king. I feel like because in some of the movies I see, I feel the queen is more powerful than the king, because the queen the king is just like, okay, this is what we'll do, but then the queen is like, okay, don't do that, and then
My daughter, the feminist, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta ask, waving the wand over.
I am not the feminist, and you are gonna
or dead.
Radiation. Yeah, I'm just like, this guy has got a very short lifespan.
And apparently, lighter translates French to English to Japanese. I always laughed at that. It's like all of a sudden lighter English. I'm like, and all of a sudden the guy understands. What the hell?
All right, so here's what's happening up to this point. So they dropped an atomic bomb. It mutated the animals, and then there's an attack at sea years later. And so they want to bring this guy who studies mutated animals to figure out what happened here and help out with this scientific discovery. But they've also brought the military in because, again, this was an attack at sea. Everyone caught up?
So what about Jean Reno? What's his deal?
Oh, I see a straw reporter walking down the runway.
Go ahead, Alexis.
I just said you asked what Jean Reno's part in this, and I said he's French.
He's super French. I mean, like, they go over the top with their Frenchiness in this one.
No kidding.
Smoking in the van. All right.
For the record, has anyone else ever seen Stargate?
Stargate? Yeah, I love Stargate.
Yeah, it's years ago, and I barely remembered it.
Yes, you ever get the feeling that Matthew Broderick's character was just supposed to be a mutated form of, I think it was James Spader's character.
James Spader's character? Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that.
And then they further mutated it to Jeff Goldblum in Independence Day.
Which, we are talking about the same director, right? That did Independence Day?
Yeah, that's the joke, is that Roland Emmerich kind of
Just
tends to repeat himself.
Keeps the same guy, keeps the same character around. Okay.
We need to talk about The Fly someday.
Ooh, I've never seen that.
Oh, really?
Either.
Never
Oh
seen
my
it.
God.
I've been
It's
terrified
awesome
to
and
watch
gross.
it. Yeah, I was going to say, dude, I'm really surprised that you enjoy it.
I saw that as a kid.
Ugh.
Like when it came out,
No
when it came
wonder
on
you're
cable.
scarred for life. You don't want to watch that shit. I just heard stuff about it.
What are you asking me?
What was that thing? Wait, what did it bring down? Slopes.
Oh, no, not The Footprint, Jonas. A movie called The Fly. See, Jeff Goldblum tries to invent teleportation, and he gets crossed with a fly, and then he gets gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And then in another movie, he turned into Godzilla.
I want to see it. Okay, everybody quiet on the set. Okay, down goes.
Simmer them down there, Lily.
Oh my gosh, here's the setting.
By the way, my son loved the movie, so I was trying to say before. Jonas thought King of the Monsters was outstanding. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I'll have to figure out how I'm going to handle the review on Tuesday. But we all had a good time.
Dude just sneezed in his hand and then wanted to shake.
Who was recording this? There was no camera.
Why is that dude trying to bribe that dude into eating the fire?
He wasn't trying to get him to eat the fire, Lily.
Then why is he holding it up to his mouth?
Like, here, eat my lighter.
Why is he holding it? Like,
Yeah, that's a
Lily,
good
we
question.
don't get it either.
More Godzilla footprints.
Yes, more Godzilla footprints. That way you've known where Godzilla's been.
And yet, strangely, look absolutely nothing like that footprint that Matthew Broderick was standing in.
No, it didn't. It didn't have the depth either. Those were almost lightly printed into the ground. The one that he's standing in looks like it was a pool.
The one that he was standing in looked like Godzilla would have had to hop up and down on one foot in the same place to make.
Yeah.
We're back to the United States in New York City.
Yes, and this is the eager young reporter trying to catch a break character.
Yep.
Has this actress gone on to do anything else?
I looked it up earlier, and she was in one other movie that I recognized, and now I'm going to have to go back and find out. At first, I thought it was Anne Heche, but it's not. Or
No.
She does look a little like Anne Heche, though. She does. They have the same strong jawline and pointy nose. You're
Anne
right.
Heche, by the way.
Oh, Heche?
Heche, yes.
Hashish?
Hashish.
Hashish.
Hey, look, it's the live-action Ken Brockman.
I know it.
I
I was like, I recognize that voice from somewhere.
It's an interesting thing because Roland Emmerich's like, you know what we need as an aesthetic for this Godzilla movie? What's that, Roland? The Simpsons.
No kidding. You got that. You got Hank there. You got Nancy Cartwright in this.
Yep.
I just get the feeling that Roland Emmerich went to a recording sessions of The Simpsons and just said, okay, so who wants to be in on this?
Anybody? Yeah. Hey, I did Independence Day. Everybody's like, all right, I'm in. Maria Patillo is her name.
Hang on, guys. There's my sushi. Keep going without me.
All right. So Maria Patillo played in.
No, I'm using this as my phone.
Dear God with Greg Kinnear.
There is Godzilla. Okay, hold on.
Natural Born Killers.
No, what was it like? No, and you hit me.
That is.
So I almost feel bad for anyone listening to this recording because between my children talking over you and the dog barking, this is going to be unbearable to listen to.
Like alternate commentary. Oh, well, a little light on the commentary. Much more on the ambient noise.
I just delivered my food, got a little freaked out. Turns out she's scared of dogs.
Uh-oh.
I thought you were going to say she's scared of Godzilla.
I think she's scared of Godzilla, so
be part of the recording, but she was freaking out with Eddie and Toby. I'm like, okay, we'll make this quick.
By the way, this red-haired lady here makes no bones about it. She has needed a man for quite a while. Matthew Broderick fits the bill.
Terrific. All right, so you're going out to the attack ship now to study it. See what they can find. See.
Wendy's?
Okay, so that.
I don't know. He had some sort of. He's having some sort of seizure.
Okay, so right here at this particular beach where a lot of Black American people are.
I don't think they're American.
I don't know the word for these people, but anyway, they're
Go on.
There are all these black people at the beach trying to see this, and then there's a ship, and it's broken from Godzilla, and that is the claw. And right there, people, where the ship is, there's a claw mark, which is the guy is trying to study.
That's indicative
Just to bring
of
that out there.
bad news.
So my daughter's really good at these commentaries. She can tell you minute by minute what's happening.
Genre, no.
Hey, we got to say something while I'm prepping my food.
Yeah, I don't think we'll have a problem with dead space in this commentary tonight.
Not at all.
Okay, now
Okay,
how much-
what was that?
Talking, it's gonna be an endless.
Okay, I forget what the thing about the tuna cans is.
Bumblebee tuna, buddy.
Yum yum bumblebee tuna. I like bumblebee tuna.
Remember when I had no idea what the hell we were talking about that one time?
Okay, I am not gonna keep. What the heck are they?
All right, settle down, both of you.
Oh, now we got to get some Godzilla flesh here.
Yes, Godzilla tore a cuticle.
Okay, I had another stick wrap.
And now the latest addition to the TV show Claws, Godzilla.
Okay, so now they're back out at sea. Hopefully nothing bad happens.
Speaking of Claws, Nice, or whatever the hell her name is, she's in When They See Us.
So
Okay, this.
I have no idea what that show's about.
What am I?
What, Claws or When They See Us, or both?
They see us.
29 seconds.
It's about the Central... Can you
Chickens.
stop? It's about the Central Park 5.
Okay.
Are you aware who the Central Park 5 are, or what?
I've heard
That's
of
all
them. Are they 5 black ladies?
No.
Oh, I thought that was the cover of what you've shared today. Was just okay.
No, sir. They allegedly, and they've since their sentences have been vacated. But they were at one point accused of beating and raping a Central Park jogger.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is this a series or is this a movie?
It's a 4-part series on Netflix.
Okay. All right.
Well, that's something cheerful to talk about while we watch Godzilla take these ships.
Sure. Let's get back to the movie.
Well, as we watch humanity just try to, they're trying to go about their own day here. It's Deadliest Catch on the Discovery Network.
No kidding. I was gonna say it was like while we're on Deadliest Catch.
Clearly, this catch is quite deadly.
Bum, bum, bum.
Now that'd be some shit right there. If your boat just started going completely backwards and into the water, that would be bad.
You ever see the Meg?
Yes, I watched. I watched enough of it anyway.
That's a lot of fun with boats and giant things attacking it.
Which movie?
The Meg.
Oh, I love the Meg.
Meg is great. And the ship is going down.
It's the same way. And why are these dumb people?
What do you want them to do? Stay on the ship while it sinks?
But they're like jumping off.
Yes, it's sinking. The boat's sinking, Lily.
Can't they just call the authorities and tell them, hey, we need to
Call the authorities.
The ocean. Who are they gonna call?
or at least have one back up and then have a piece of
They're in the middle of the ocean. Who do you want them to call? Aquaman?
No, the authorities who are out on sea. Okay, I'm Aquaman.
They had literally no time to call anybody. There
Yeah.
was no time.
My daughters.
Your daughter has a lot more faith in the Coast Guard.
Okay, here we go. What's going on here?
Is that a beetle? Is that Godzilla? Or is that a ship coming back up? Oh, God.
The ship came back up and sank again.
Yeah, the old swerve right there. Everybody thought it was going to be Godzilla. It turns out it was a boat.
Mm. So it's crazy. What's funny to me is my kids are very well behaved in the theater. Putting on a movie at home, this is what you get. My son having random spasm attacks, and my daughter deciding to narrate the movie.
I'm good at narrating.
I was in the middle of watching Captain Marvel there earlier, and it was like Caleb and Colt couldn't just wait to have a war in front of the TV. Like, dude, I'm trying to watch this movie. Nope.
Kids are fun to watch movies at home with, aren't they?
No, they are not.
I like to narrate what's happening so the people at home can listen to what I say.
I would love to at least try and figure out the last time I watched a show in the living room without another device on at the same time in the same living room.
Stop.
All right, so they're trying to figure out things.
Okay, give me a second here.
All right.
And I'm spitting.
Strong Island, represent.
Oh, shit.
The city that never sleeps. Vegas?
Uh-oh. Wait a second.
Okay, I'm going to say Hank Azaria is actually one of the few things I really do like about this movie. I really like him in this.
I was very much entertained by Hank Azaria here. I don't hate this movie like a lot of people do. I really don't. I mean, this is kind of like a part of my a part of me, you know, when I was just becoming an adult and actually able to enjoy some movies. And of course, Independence Day, I knew it was coming from the creator of Independence Day, and I was like, all right, it's gonna be nice. So I don't really hate it as bad, but then watching it through like earlier for the second time, there are some of the bigger faults that we picked apart with 2014 Godzilla. It drags in some spots. And Heshish. I think that's what we'll call her from here on out. Instead of Dolph Lundgren-ish, it's Anne Heshish.
Okay, I got it now.
You got it.
Yep.
Oh, I
So
can
now,
too.
and now they can, say hi, Lily.
Hello.
Hey, Lily.
Hi.
So yeah, now we have my internal microphone on, and then we have the sound coming through my my
So
speakers.
now I know if he's talking,
Yes.
I shouldn't talk over him.
Correct. Let's just start this whole thing over again. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
Rewind.
It's too late.
All right, are we coming through okay?
I can hear you fine.
Okay, cool.
So do we.
All right, so back on the movie here.
Fish.
We're loading up more.
More fish.
Okay, so I think what they decided is they're trying to draw Godzilla out. Is that what's happening?
Good.
Not right now. I don't think that's like,
in college.
No, Godzilla's just about to make his debut.
yeah.
Finally.
This dude and his fishing.
Do people actually do this in New York? Do they just sit on the harbor on a rainy day and fish?
Toss one out there.
Yeah, actually, the best fishing's done while it's raining. That's when the fish come out and really start biting. Oh God, I remember this now. This was actually in the trailer. It's like I got something.
Yeah, this was the trailer.
This is fantastic. Watch this, guys. This is the best part of the movie.
Oh wow. Well, this.
So he thinks he's got a big fish, Lily, but this is the very definition of irony.
Instead, he's got Godzilla. I bet.
Oh, don't spoil the movie for everyone.
This thing. Oh my god. His face reminds me of that weird. His face reminds me of that weird troll guy. When he got mad in that
What
movie
troll?
where the.
And here we come to the part where the old man waits until the absolute last moment to start running, which admittedly doesn't have a lot
This guy.
of imagination, but we go, why aren't you moving?
Yeah. This guy at his age is not making this run at all. He's dead within 3 planks.
Again, it's like, it looks cool, but you gotta sit and go, why the hell did you wait?
Get out of there.
Yeah, it's an awesome looking scene, but there's no way he survives that.
No.
Godzilla.
Cause McCatch.
I forgot it had a spiky back like that. Like I thought it looked more like the Tyrannosaurus Rex from or a raptor from
Jurassic Park.
But no,
We'll get to the babies later.
they gosh darn it, they actually tried with this.
Okay, right now all we see is cars crashing and boats crashing on top of each other. That's like a giant. What is this dude not looking at the road?
It's New York, Lily. Nobody pays attention to anything. You know, an 8-foot turtle runs around. Nobody cares.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Teeth!
Okay, finally paying attention.
So the bomb actually made a T-Rex and what's a cool finger dick.
And then it made Godzilla, people.
Yeah, that dude's dead.
Every time I see him with the truck, it looks like Eddie with his chew toy. Okay, this is what I was talking about earlier.
Okay, tell me.
Okay, so yeah, you got. Gee, I wonder who these two are supposed to be lampooning.
Well, this one dude is named Mayor Ebert, so I wonder.
Okay. Siskel and Ebert actually did respond to this, to which they said, if you're going to go through the trouble of putting us in a monster movie, why don't you at least have the monster step on us or eat us?
Yeah.
And I just love it. It's just like, wow, you're going to insult us? You're not even going to take it all the way? What the hell?
You mentioned that, and I read the review earlier that I think Roger Ebert wrote, and he said that he was surprised, number one, to be in that. Well, no, he wasn't surprised that they put him in there. He understood why, because apparently they also gave them not so great reviews on Independence Day, and there was another one that they had reviewed as well. I can't remember which one it was.
Roland Emmerich does not hold up well for critics. Roland Emmerich makes movies for people who like, explosions and destruction and monsters crushing people.
Yeah.
So he's proto Michael Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, much. And that's the thing.
Nancy Cartwright. There's Nancy Cartwright.
He's found some degree of success with it. I mean, Roland Emmerich is still making movies. I think for a while there, he was mostly concerned with the weather, and there were a few of those that came out one after another.
The Day After Tomorrow, was that a Roland Emmerich jam?
I believe so,
Yep.
Yeah. Which I saw in the movies. I mean, I love disaster movies. So
Yeah.
I just those are all about like large swaths of people just running from terror, and the whole as long as you could create a few identifiable, relatable characters, and then the CGI wreckage looks really good, the CGI destruction. I mean, you've got a hit on your hands. But no, they never hold up for critics. Critics hate this stuff.
Try a cheesy gordita from Taco Bell.
Okay, I want to get the waterfall. Okay, I feel like, I don't know why, but that guy that was in that gray tuxedo that was really fat, he reminds me of the Penguin without that penguin suit. Penguin suit from
Okay,
Mario?
well.
The penguin suit from Mario? No,
No, not the penguin suit from Mario, Jonas.
the evil penguin from Batman.
Okay. Again, I know a lot of people make fun of this, but actually working for a TV station for a couple of years, most of us would do what Hank Azaria is about to do. Everyone's just like, everyone talking about how stupid he is for TV. I'm like, no, we would grab our cameras and we would be running after it.
That's insanity.
That's journalism.
I love his issues with the camera here. Like, he's having such a hard time getting this damn tape in the camera here in a few minutes.
Again, I have seen that happen. You got Channel 5 for years. I have seen where they've had just like screaming at the camera because the damn thing won't cooperate. And then you calm down, take a breather, gently push, done.
Oh, it's recording us?
Yeah, again, insanity, suicidal, but we all would have done it.
Yeah, yep.
But we would have been smart enough to run before this happened.
What the? Okay, why?
Why? Jeez. This guy's dead. Wait.
Because it makes for a cool shot.
Exactly.
How come Godzilla stepped on a dude, but he did not get hurt, did not get squashed?
Well, Godzilla's got a lot of space between his toes.
That's right.
Okie dokie. I get it.
Space between the toes.
Okay. Tweet toe. A tweet toe. Oh my God.
Actually, it came Godzilla Toe Jam for like a quick second. Still alive.
And his facial expression and his face expressions he was just doing about with that stuff all over him. He was like, get off me. That's a little weird. Dun, dun, dun.
Still raining.
It rains for like almost 2 weeks.
It's not waiting. Jonas, you're all talking. Sorry.
Actually, did they give an explanation why they chose to make this movie with it raining all the time? Is it like to, get a control over the lighting or something?
I have no idea. my guess is, from what I understand, like I was watching Cinemassacre talk about some of the Godzilla films, and one of the things that he just tweeted out, I think yesterday, he must have went and saw the newest film. He said he just wants to see a fight in the daylight. He says it seems like every single Godzilla movie or monster fight or whatever happens in the dark and in the rain. And this doesn't seem to be any exception here.
We got that in that crappy comic book we reviewed earlier this week.
We did, didn't we? We did.
So I just feel like I think the reason why they're taking this whole thing in the rain because I think that's the best time when Godzilla would want to come out.
Oh, okay, that's a good theory. I like that theory.
Sorry about my brother.
Well, technically, she's right. They do later state that he's amphibious. So.
Yeah.
So Dad, well, you were going. I told
Just got stepped on. Hello. Thanks for everybody.
I hope people comment on this and going, this would have been a pretty fun commentary, except there was somebody having a stroke in the background.
my brother.
No, it'll be more like, okay, we need more of these with the kids.
Okay, everyone.
Seriously, I'm waiting for the views to skyrocket because of this.
I'm not giving you away.
Okay, so that was a pretty fun scene. I don't think we saw a full-on Godzilla in any of that, but you got plenty of destruction. You've got people being stepped on.
Yeah, I think they're kind of going the Jaws route that you see elements of them, you see parts of them, but you don't get a clear picture until later in the movie.
Well, that's a parallel to the 2014 Godzilla that everyone
Yep.
What's funny about that is there's a lot of love out there for because they were truly trying to go for the aesthetic of an actual Toho Godzilla. Oh, the Twin Towers make me sad.
The whole movie, dude. The whole movie.
I know. They were going for that authentic Toho aesthetic. On the other hand, Godzilla barely in his own movie. You see the little spider type creatures more than you see Godzilla, which drove me insane.
The Mutos?
Yeah, the Mutos. I fucking hated the 2014 Godzilla for that reason.
Okay.
It's probably what I'm going to own one of these days, just to have the entire collection of the MonsterVerse movies. But I remember getting into arguments with people. They're like, "Oh, this was so authentic Toho," and I'm like, "Well, then the Toho movies suck because I wanted to see Godzilla, and what I got is Godzilla not necessarily appearing in this movie." Come on,
Monty Python
that's
reference.
halfway funny Monty Python reference.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Sorry, I had a mouthful of sushi. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh, you guys never fucking stop, I swear. Never stop.
Next time, look, if you know I'm making a reference or a joke, you just don't know the reference or a joke, just giggle and I won't make a big deal about it.
No, sir. It won't be big enough reaction for you. That's what it is.
I'm going to start calling you No-So Jesse Starcher.
Call me No-So Jelly Starch, too. I like that.
Can I call you No-So Jelly Starcher?
So before Mark went to do his business,
I'm your father.
I didn't want them.
They know you're my daughter because I keep saying it. You can just call me. You can just say my dad.
So before my dad left, the girl with the curlies, who was being a young star reporter, starts screaming like she's a little baby.
Yeah,
like how
that.
my brother did.
What was that? Who got stepped on?
It was me. It was me.
Yeah, she'll provide no analysis, but sound effects he's got them for days.
Seriously, I feel like we're not even going to be able to get any jokes in on this because of the kids.
Sorry.
Ugh.
Shut the door. Sorry. Believe it or not, my son made his appearance and didn't shut the door.
Oh, and if you hear it in the back, you can hear the song in the background, guys.
Yeah, I did. I heard it when I was listening to this earlier. The classic Jimmy Page, Puff Daddy.
Okay, I have to confess, I actually had not heard the original until I heard this version.
The Casimir?
Yeah, I did not get introduced to Led Zeppelin until much later in life.
Later.
Stop. We're on a podcast. Okay.
Oh, here come the Frenchies being French. Be ready.
I'm sorry, guys. Hang on.
So you call this coffee? How do you call this coffee?
I called it Roland Emmerich likes to really insult America.
I need you.
Smoking a cigarette. Song?
Go away, Psycho.
I really can't even make a joke about that because I actually don't drink coffee.
I don't drink hot coffee.
So, do you know the song called Beverages by G-Funk and Special Sauce?
No.
Nope.
Fucking children.
Listen here, sir.
So, there's a song called Beverages by a man called G-Funk and his band, The Special Sauce.
Oh.
I played that for Jonas the other day because he likes to dance around the house. And actually, he asked me for a drink, and I was just like, "Oh, you want a cold beverage?" So I started playing it on Spotify, and I made him, and I was like picking him up and dancing him around the house. And he would run in and out of the room, and every time he ran in the room, I would keep playing it.
Nice.
Can I like cold beverages, Jonas?
Okay.
If you act up again, I'm gonna stop the podcast just to play cold beverages.
Don't do that.
And as for you two adults, when this is over, I suggest you get on your Spotify and go play some G-Funk and Special Sauce.
Don't. No.
Special sauce. All right.
Settle down, cold beverage.
So we're heading down into the subway.
Okay, they're just staring at a bunch of rocks.
Now, this was one of the biggest criticisms I actually believe to be pretty founded that Roger Ebert came up with. The fact that this is a 300-foot monster and he's fitting in holes like this.
Godzilla, if you watch the movie closely, Godzilla kind of changes shape and size as needed.
Yeah, I was going to say there's another power we did not figure out that he had.
Well, that's the thing. I think what happens here is that sometimes he's walking on his hind legs, and sometimes he's crawling.
And sometimes he's swimming through concrete, sure.
And sometimes he's apparently only 12 feet tall.
Well, as I understand it, Godzilla's powers are the result of a wizard did it.
Ah.
Thank you,
Brilliant.
Lucy Lawless.
Why a wizard? Why does this dude that studies a lot? This dude with the
His name is Matthew Broderick.
I'm Matthew Broderick. This dude named
Why do your kids just say, I'm Matthew Broderick?
Yeah, see, here's the problem. Lily's sucking up a lot of attention right now because she can actually follow the movie and comment on it. My son, who needs a lot of attention, doesn't feel like he's getting enough, so he's just decided to scream over her.
Okay, so wait, two things right now. It was a fish blubbering, and why does the person that just said,
Matthew Broderick. Very famous for the movies Bright Face Memoirs and Block Blues.
Yeah, very famous.
Okay, why does
Honestly, if you want to introduce your kids to something Matthew Broderick, go get the producers.
why does
Fair enough.
Don't do Cable Guy.
Go ahead.
Don't do Cable Guy. Us Jim Carrey fans want that to be erased.
the one thing that's concerning me is why does Matthew Broderick
Broderick. Captain Speech Therapy.
Have her pronounce his name and the character's name. That's even worse. Nobody can pronounce it in the movie.
Whatever his name is, why does he have to have like the face that looks like he's like always gonna be surprised? Like
Because
He is an
that's how
actor.
Matthew Broderick knows how to act.
even if it's normal, he looks like he's about to scream, and then tell his parents, "Mom, Dad, it's about to blow up."
Okay, so I now I've got this right. It's not Brighton Beach Memoirs. That was a different actor. Matthew Broderick plays the same character, though, in Biloxi Blues. The other movie I should show you guys that Matthew Broderick was very famous for was War Games. Jonas, you'd love that movie. It's about a video game that almost blows up the Earth.
John Wick back there in that building. Right? Is that the Continental back there?
Not sure.
Isn't it that one triangular building that's in that movie, that John Wick movie? Am I wrong? Mark, you just went and saw it.
What now?
The triangular building.
Is that the Continental from John Wick?
Sure.
Now I got to go to the internet because Marcus failed me.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out who the actor
I have an honest question here about this.
Letting this go.
Go ahead, Alexis.
Guys, I have an honest question about this scene. Everyone's made fun of this. Even Toho has made fun of this, the idea that Godzilla's lured out with all this fish. But have we actually seen a movie where we see what Godzilla actually eats?
Well, I had a joke for that, but then I'd be giving away a spoiler for the movie. So
oh, boo.
Boo!
No! Wait. Why is there a bunch of fish in a pile? Like, I feel like that's what Godzilla eats, but I thought Godzilla would eat meat. And fish are meat, I get that. But I thought Godzilla would travel the whole world and eat like a lion, a bear, a gorilla, a pig. But like,
are you suggesting that Godzilla needs to go have a travel show?
No.
He goes to different places, maybe eat street food?
Well, like now he is walking like.
Come on, that's
Oh boy.
I'm gonna go to New York. Now I'm gonna go to New Jersey. It's like that. Like he's
okay. Did you miss the part that he's a mutated lizard?
Master Chef Godzilla.
That'd be awesome. Did you miss the part where he's a mutated lizard and lizards presumably eat fish?
Okay, so he's a
No, most lizards eat bugs.
True.
Point.
So
That might be a major disconnect with this movie.
So he was a lizard, but then some lightning struck.
No, that would be an atomic bomb.
Struck him, and then he turned into.
No, you're confusing this with Frankenstein. Sit down.
I'm trying to make a connection.
Okay, so we can finally put this issue to bed. The character that Matthew Broderick plays in Biloxi Blues was played by Jonathan Silverman in Brighton Beach Memoirs, which I know is what everyone really tuned into this for.
Yeah, I'm glad we got that in.
Okay, so now they're going in the sewer. So.
I can't wait for somebody on YouTube to comment how I spent 20 minutes on that subject.
I feel like
Really, they're covering the manholes because since we're under the delusion that Godzilla can fit in the sewers, then they want him to smell the bait. So they got to get the
sewer covers off of there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It would make sense. He's crawling on his belly through the sewers. I mean, there's alligators down there. Why not? Why can't it be a giant building wrecking 300-foot lizard?
okay, now the smoke is coming out.
Well, that's normal for subways. And
Yeah, but where's the part where they accidentally find the Ninja Turtles in there?
Oh, greatest crossover ever.
Oh god.
oh, here we go.
Oh god. Is Godzilla now gonna wreck the Earth?
Well, he's still in the same city, Lily.
But wait, why is that dude standing in the middle of that? Oh my god! Why is he standing in the middle crack?
Mark, call Cinema Sids. Your daughter just found her future job.
Oh god! Oh, here's Godzilla, and he looks like a gorilla / dinosaur / lizard.
All right, here's our first full good look at him, right?
Yep, and this was the part where most of the fans said, "Bullshit!"
What is this?
Okay, I don't like seeing Godzilla today. Yeah, I get the discrepancy, but that's not a bad Americanization of it.
I don't know. Man.
He looks like Glass from Toy Story. Okay, so he looks like a dinosaur, and someone ate him, and then he's been thrown up by a lizard, and then he came out looking like a skeleton with really spooky eyes.
Okay then. So you're not impressed with this creature creation?
Well, not much, but the thing is, I don't know why.
You like the way Godzilla looked in today's movie versus this?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, even the 8-year-old thinks this movie sucks.
Well, I don't think that. I just think it's cool with the sound. But the reason why I like it the way it's just...
Wait, hang on. Don't talk about today's movie. You're going to spoil it for people. That'll be a whole different podcast.
Yeah, sorry, Lily, but Jesse and I haven't seen it yet.
No, we have not. So, Godzilla just burped up a bunch of fish guts on Matthew Broderick there.
Because it was so crucial for a scene where we go, ew, Godzilla's got bad breath.
That's funny. See? Look, if babies puke on people, Godzilla pukes on Matthew Broderick. That's funny. That's comedy, people.
Dude, comedy is jokes.
You ever notice that the music in this movie can't make up their mind if we're supposed to be impressed, wowed by Godzilla, or be afraid of it?
This reminds me so much of Jurassic Park. Like, that score just makes me think, oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. There's a dinosaur.
And he's probably stepping on hundreds of troops on his way to get the fish. I don't think we're supposed to be wowed and impressed by this. I think we're supposed to be terrified.
Yeah, see, so again, the big thing with the way this dinosaur moves, there it is. The big thing the way Godzilla moves is that they kind of just went with the Jurassic Park CGI and just kind of, retooled it.
So if they got the fish and now they're using it for him, it's wasting the fish.
No, they're not wasting the fish.
Yes,
they were trying to draw it out so that they could kill it.
Yes, they are. But that is also killing the population of fish.
No, there's plenty of fish still.
Yeah, there might be.
Lily, has anyone told you there's plenty of fish in the sea?
I know, but some of these animals might go extinct. And what?
No.
Shoot!
And in typical American military fashion.
Oh, there's the Continental.
Oh, no!
Why did he have to
say
shoot
all over again?
a powerful animal in the world? He's like the king of all the monsters.
Jeez, that building blew up for like 10 seconds.
Gone.
Okay, wait, which president? Is that James Adams or James Madison? Who is that?
I feel like
That's not Abraham Lincoln.
I was trying not to say that. I feel like that looks like George Washington holding a book about beating a recipe.
No, that wasn't George Washington. Much younger face.
George Washington.
She's only going into 3rd grade. She doesn't really know her presidents just yet.
Hey, I know some. I know some.
And all of a sudden, Godzilla got his pilot light working.
Yep.
So I think it's hilarious that they shot at Godzilla and Godzilla just goes, yoink, and goes.
Pretty much what we're going to get most of this movie is Godzilla going, ha ha!
All right, we got Echo 1, 2, and 4 here.
Actually, wouldn't this be a really good game flying around the streets of New York and kaiju?
I was like, this is a ride down in Universal or whatever.
You just took the words right out of my mouth. I'm actually surprised they didn't come up with a simulator for this.
That would actually be fun.
By the way, you know that the Magic Carpet in Aladdin is going to be a new Disney simulator, right?
I'd be fine with that.
Okay, so when I saw Godzilla, in a couple scenes farther,
Duck.
and a couple scenes farther, we saw the under part. It felt like that was where he went to the bathroom area.
Yeah, and Godzilla ain't got no penis. Want to know why? You'll find out later.
I don't want to see that though.
You don't want to see Godzilla penis?
No.
Okay.
I don't either.
None of us do.
So cover your eyes.
It's a family show.
Yeah, it's not.
So you two cover your eyes, or cover your ears, and I'll cover my eyes, or don't look at it.
How would you like to have that on your conscience? You just blew up the Chrysler building.
No, they're in New York City. That would have happened with the Empire State Building.
What the heck is that?
The Chrysler Building's in Chicago, isn't it?
He just said you just blew up the Chrysler building.
Oh, okay. Then I'm wrong and don't know my buildings.
Now wait a second.
You're thinking
like
of the Sears Tower.
okay.
Yeah, okay, you're right. My apologies. Did I mention that Matthew Broderick's in Biloxi Blues?
Okay.
Mark.
The one thing I'm taking away from this commentary is that. Great.
Okay.
Go ahead, Lily.
Okay, I just want to put out there that Godzilla has amazing athleticism, and when it would come, and when they were shooting him, we were yoink and duck, and then they shot the building.
Did you say yoink?
Yeah.
Quit muscling in on my racket.
Yeah. They are just lighting up this city.
Yeah, they are. Hey, you mentioned I had to run into the room because I was dealing with a work thing in the middle of all this. That's what all the dinging was about. So what happened? What happened with your kid? What did he come down for?
He was here to let me know that not to move his water off the table, or he shall be going and getting it later.
Gotcha.
And then he left the door open.
He wasn't asking for his nightly bread and water?
No, not yet. It's not that time. About 9:30.
So where's the part where we find out that there were actually still survivors in that building and they just killed all of them?
Superman, Man of Steel, is that what it was? Or which one was it?
Very.
Okay, I don't get it. Why there is Godzilla?
Okay, can someone explain to me how the hell Godzilla got into the other building without them noticing?
It's just like he could. People are completely oblivious in this city. They are. New York is horrible for that. Horrible. I mean, it took us forever to figure out there was this monster running around town.
This also kills me because it's like, yes, okay, I get that Godzilla's fast. We established this. Go up. Go up.
Okay.
So I'm not crazy about the CGI in the scene. Like Godzilla.
None of us are, dude.
Is Godzilla trying to bite the helicopter? Looking a little cartoon. Oh, there it is.
Okay. I don't get it. Why?
Christ.
They are shooting at Godzilla. Godzilla.
You don't have to yell.
Sorry, Godzilla ducks. They shoot a building.
Yes,
Why?
Lily, we've established that because they're terrible. They have Cobra and Stormtrooper aim.
What is up with this? What is up with this shot?
Oh my God! Is he trying to scratch?
Love that building.
Hug.
Loves it.
Is he scratching his tummy against the building? Does he have an itch or something? Okay, what
Does
is
he
it?
have an itch?
What is he picking up? Is that?
So who's the scared fella there?
Yeah, pick up you.
Do you remember what show he was in? It was Melrose Place. You guys used to watch that?
Sorry, just
Hey, YouTube, settle down. Alexis and Jesse, have you ever watched Melrose Place?
It's been a while.
I was a little young for that.
Okay. Well, that's what he's from. I think that was his most memorable role.
Okay. The one girl with the red umbrella amongst all the black ones. Oh, wait a second. Never mind.
You know what he wasn't in?
Biloxi Blues with Matthew Broderick.
Quit muscling in on my racket.
Okay.
This guy is still head over heels for this girl, and he completely shuts her down after once he sees her here. It's kind of sad. Like he is in such denial. Gonadotrophic hormones, clomiphene citrate.
Okay, the girl's looking inside the window now. I don't know what he's buying.
What was that? He's buying sleep aids?
I never actually understand why he gets the idea to go for the pregnancy test. I mean, was he thinking that they were going to show anything else?
Well, I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, okay. It's established at some point in this movie that he recognizes the patterns of what it's doing when it isn't ducking for cover. And he realizes, it's come here to. He's got a theory, a working theory that Godzilla is a she, and that she has come to Manhattan to nest and lay eggs.
That's right. Yeah.
But he acts so shocked when he finds out that this Godzilla has laid eggs. It's like, okay, you can either have a theory and have it confirmed, or this blew you totally out of the water. But if it blew you totally out of the water, then why did you use the pregnancy test in the first place?
Good point.
A wizard did it?
Oh, jeez.
So, the thing I have here is, if Godzilla is a she, then I thought Godzilla would have been a boy name. But how come they never said...
That's sexist. Why can't Godzilla be a girl?
Well, no, I I
thought you were a feminist.
No, I didn't know. Like why couldn't they say, well, she's a she? Because if you saw her nesting an egg, if you saw
Well, they haven't seen it yet.
If they saw, well, the military should, because they were there. And anyway, they should. Sorry. They should have known that it was a she, because you know how women in real life give birth to their kids? Well, that's the same thing with moms laying eggs.
Is it?
Okay, all right.
Did you hatch from an egg more for more?
No.
Lily, go ahead and keep with your commentary. I'm getting a drink.
Seriously, right down the middle of the
I need a glass of water.
Can you please send me a drink in the mail, please?
Oh, yes. Along with a sandwich and some chicken penne.
$900 juice box, and I'll be all done one day.
Did you get that? I need a drink in the mail, and my son wants 100 juice boxes.
100 juice boxes.
Okay, now the girl's drinking coffee is what I believe, and now the guy's wearing his glasses.
This is where
doing some science projects. Yeah, school. Yeah, we get it.
No, calm down. He's testing to see if Godzilla is pregnant.
That's right.
What? Godzilla's pregnant.
Mm-hmm. I forget how I guess because the very fact that Godzilla came out of the water and came on land is, I think, what starts to get him into this theory that it's a pregnant lizard coming to lay eggs, which would make sense.
Life finds a way, Mark Radlich.
Thank you, Captain Jurassic Park.
Just the full conversation that Godzilla is a she. Why'd you call him a he?
Well, technically, Godzilla is asexual. If he's not a he or a she, I mean, we are living in a society of gender fluidity.
This is true. So we're saying okay. Here and now on the Rattleton Broadcasting Network, we are establishing that Godzilla is gender fluid.
Sure, why not?
Gender fluid. That just sounds gross.
Sorry about my brother again.
You'll be apologizing for him for quite a while there, just to let you know. That's the way my daughter does it. She apologizes for Caleb all the time.
Okay, so... The girl is right now staring at the picture of a girl that looks like her.
She just figured out Matthew Broderick is still in love with her.
Yes, because here, let me teach you a bit of film craft here. Even in a monster movie, you have to have a human element to it. You have to have relatable characters, or you're just creating sort of a gonzo action movie with no relatability to it.
She just found a top secret box.
Godzilla, King of the Monsters 4, though?
No,
Godzilla has relatable human characters.
What?
Godzilla.
Gojira.
Must it be the same film?
Yeah, the Lily kind of brings up a good point here. Is that they showed this all earlier.
Yeah, we're rehashing this.
Yeah, this is a waste.
Okay, so
either they needed to not show that earlier, or sort of allude to it and then show the film, or have her kind of reacting to it but not keep showing it.
Okay, so 3 times out in a row, they showed the part of the guy eating the fire almost.
He wasn't eating it.
I was trying. And now this is the second time they've seen the guy ooh, wait, what is this? Seriously.
I think we're moving to the third act here.
This movie is 2 hours and 18 minutes long. We're not even halfway through.
Really, this feels like it's forever.
Oh wow, this is how. Okay, this is how far we.
Leave it alone.
That's how far we are right now.
Yeah, it's about halfway through.
That is going to take 1,000,000 days.
1,000,000 days, or an hour and 14 minutes.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'll try to make something.
Yeah, it'll take 100 minutes.
Okay, now they're in a dark, spooky cave. I think they're trying to find Godzilla.
I'm not even doing anything anymore. I'm just listening to the kids in the background.
Ah.
Please don't do that. Please talk.
She can't.
The other did Bard not notice that?
You know what?
My eyeball! What?
So good evening.
What the heck? I just saw that. I just saw Godzilla.
Hey, remember in Mickey and the Beanstalk where I think it's Donald looking through a keyhole and he sees Willie's eye with the big long lashes?
Oh, yes. I remember that. That was a little creepy. It was a little creepy.
Alexis, are aspiring of reporters doing stuff like this as well?
Like creepy stuff?
Be stealing their loved one's evidence or signing off with Mother Goose?
Both.
And Mother Goose.
Which one fits better?
I have no idea.
Mother Goose presents Godzilla. Seriously.
Jesse, did you listen to the new Glory Hammer yet?
No, I have not.
Jonas and I listened to it today. Jonas, what did you think of Glory Hammer?
Yeah.
The music we were listening to on the way to get Lily.
She's gonna say he did not like it while karate.
You can't mime. This is audio.
This means no.
No.
Okay.
You were not a fan of Glory Hammer?
The only show I watch on your kind of like car music is the Rocky Force soundtrack.
You also like this iteration of Godzilla.
Go, there goes Godzilla. I have a black one for you. Kaboom. Oh, God. I did it. Oh, God.
All right, so this is Matthew Broderick explaining his discovery here that Godzilla's here to nest. Is that correct?
I think so.
He's trying to prove that they should not kill
And he's explaining that it's pregnant as well.
Yeah.
He's a little off on the count there. Up to 12 will be born.
Too much noise.
Yeah, so Lily asked me why I had turned on the volume of the TV. So I was trying to explain to her that people listening to this at home should only hear kind of one sound at a time, not several sounds at once. You know, my son screaming, her talking, the TV on, my phone singing, etc. Make for not the greatest experience. One sound at a time, folks.
1990s technology.
Isn't it?
I love it. Even the French can't. Because it's so funny.
Okay, the guy was like, okay, people, look at this, look at this.
This is also very interesting and not very Godzilla centric.
Okay, right now
That's why none of us have anything to say right now.
Yeah, it's like, hey, look, it's people talking about what they got to do. Hey, oh, is it this one again? Oh, thank goodness we get to see this.
the fourth one.
He's going to eat that flame one of these days. He'll eat that fire right off that lighter.
Okay, this I didn't pick up on this till later. That, you know, she made this this report, and then she finds out that Kent Brockman here recorded over her to steal it, and she's doing her best to come across as pissed. I don't think the actress really is doing anything besides whining. But you got Hank Azaria, the cameraman there on the side, who's acting nonplussed about this. Like, what, did you know he was going to do this? Because I would think that, if you saw her edit the footage together, I think you'd be a little bit more, wait, what the hell is this?
Yeah,
well.
exactly.
My favorite part of that entire thing is her reaction to him mispronouncing Godzilla.
That
It's Gojira!
funny. It's Gojira, you moron! Yeah. In all fairness, that's the only time she's actually acting like she gives a damn.
Yeah, I'm guessing this is why this particular actress did not go on to do a whole lot of other stuff.
Oh, Matthew Broderick just got fired. You're fired.
Well, at least he can get back to studying
His earthworms. That's right.
Yeah, he can get back to studying weird life.
Jean Reno's got he's got some work for him. Don't worry.
Would they fire the scientists midstream like this in real life? I don't think so.
Yeah, because the scientists always have the brains.
The scientists always have the what?
Brains. Like, I feel like all scientists, like any company, every single company has to have like 50 or 70 scientists and then a whole bunch of crazy people. And then a bounty ball here now in the whale.
Okay, so you hear that, guys? I need a couple of scientists and a whole lot of crazy people working for Honeysuckle Rose.
Ah, there you go.
And don't forget the bouncy ball.
Well, like,
Heaven forbid I forget the bouncy.
Hey, anybody want to take a stab at the budget for umbrellas on this movie? I'll tell you right now.
I think someone broke into there. I think I've heard people kept asking. Like, I feel like some of them just like went up to their door and like like knocked on their door and they say, "Hey, can we borrow your umbrellas?"
Yeah.
So like I think they did that and it's like, "Thank you," and then just
They need as many as they could get.
do it over and over again.
Why are you walking while you're doing this? And you're not a stand-up comic. Sit down. Try talking into the microphone.
Sorry.
I really don't understand the choice to have it continually rain. I mean, my gosh. They could have shot this. They could have shot this without the rain. There's no reason.
Symbolic.
I feel like
Oh yeah, that's what I came out of here thinking was, oh, did you feel the?
Yeah,
you just
there's this.
feel the
Yeah,
rain.
there it is symbolic. You could see the approval ratings running down the drain.
It's everybody's tears that really wish this thing would have succeeded.
It's symbolic. While there's danger afoot, there's clouds overhead, and the rain is falling. It symbolizes death and negativity. But when this is over, the sun will come out, and there'll be hope again.
Well, I feel like it's starting to tell everyone, okay, people, Godzilla is coming. Please make sure you take shelter from the clouds and the rain.
I'm trying to remember how the movie ends. Like, does it actually end? It's not raining there. I can tell just by the background. They are completely using whatever water hoses they need to. And there's no reason for this. You can see the sunshine.
I guess Roland Emmerich really likes the rain.
I feel like it's a sign for Godzilla. Godzilla! Okay, the clouds and rain are here. Godzilla will appear 15 minutes later.
It would make sense for there to be sunshine and rain at the same time if this was in Florida.
Oh yeah, right. Florida is like,
Or Missouri.
Oh, Jean Reno!
and it's raining hard. It's raining hard. Dude, that's hard. It's raining hard.
Oh, it's never good when the doors lock and you're in the back seat. I think not.
You want to see something really scary, Matthew?
You want a croissant?
Would have been really funny. Jesse, hopefully you'll get this reference. It'll be really funny if he turned around and says, "I told you we're going straight to hell, Matthew."
Oh, hold on. Nope. Tell it.
Steve Austin in the ambulance with Bret Hart.
Oh, good one. There we go.
Everyone take a drink.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
I love it. You say everyone take a drink, and one of your kids in the back goes, "Okay."
that was my brother.
That's the secret to parenting. Hardcore liquor.
Okay, the person in the background is my brother Jonas. If you hear a random noise, that's him. If you hear me talk,
We established this earlier.
and if you hear of someone talking, it's me. Clear now?
Crystal.
This broadcast has been brought to you by any and all ADHD medications. She's off of hers, and well, you're getting this performance.
Nice. All right, here we have the French setup. My gosh. Guns have just showed up, apparently.
And I love this line here. This is America. You can buy anything.
Okay. Why does every movie with a monster have to have a gun?
That's a great.
How else are you going to get rid of a monster?
Yeah, you got to do something.
Yeah, but this monster trying to lay eggs here. Can she have some peace and quiet, please? Thank you.
Would make for a very interesting movie, Lily. Be kind of a Disney nature thing. She's just like, and here we have the giant kaiju who's laying eggs. See how she takes to her children? Yeah.
And super laughed at the naked pig. Yeah.
This is scrambled.
But I will say the Disney nature movies do pretty well.
This is not scrambled. Hey, Dad. Before we even started this movie, there were some other Godzilla movies at the bottom. When are we going to see those?
Oh, those weren't there. There's. When are we going to see those? I don't know. But
now that your kids have seen this, you've got to show them Godzilla Final Wars.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's off the hook. Have the kids watched any Toho Godzilla at all?
No, I don't
mind
the Toho Godzillas.
Toho Godzilla.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I think the next thing I want to show them is Kong Skull Island.
Kong Skull Island. King Kong.
Yes,
Is
that's
like,
King Kong.
Is it like all about King Kong destroying the world?
No,
Or
it's
is it about King Kong.
No, it's about King Kong destroying other little monsters that are trying to kill humans.
Nice. Actually, that's a good thing because I don't want anyone.
Yes, Kong is the good guy in the movie. Actually, next year when Kong vs. Godzilla comes out, we're gonna do an on trial for the Peter Jackson King Kong finally.
Okay. Question. Why does King Kong in every single King Kong movie he has to be a good guy and then someone else is a bad guy?
He's misunderstood, is what he is.
He's not really a good guy in previous movies. It was in the original King Kong and in the Peter Jackson remake. He's kind of the villain.
Okay.
I'll tell you this. There's a meme going around on a couple of the Facebook boards that I frequent that are saying that when we get Godzilla versus Kong, if we don't get a recreation of that scene where King Kong tries to force the tree down Godzilla's throat, everyone's going to be pissed.
Has anyone noticed that before this guy came in, have you noticed there was a Scooby-Doo on the background? Wait, what?
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
No, hang on. As soon as the guy's head moves, I saw a Scooby-Doo. Even if when he wasn't there, I saw a Scooby-Doo stuffed animal right behind him. I saw that right there in the background.
Okay.
Just want to put that out there.
There it is.
No, she's not wrong.
Oh, there it is. You're right. Yep, stuff Scooby-Doo.
Very good, CinemaSins.
Dude, it's going to show up.
Scooby-Doo had his head turned like he wouldn't even watch this crap.
Like, Scooby-Doo, it's like, I feel like that was trying to be in, like, a show, like he was looking that way, he was like, oh god, I'm watching but he still was looking at the monster, like, it looks like he's looking at a monster, but wants to get away at the same time. And has anyone noticed that the girl, like, was holding a tissue and was like,
Yeah, she's mad. That's her.
Okay, I do actually like the scene where he goes out the window and his line about why he's doing it. This always kind of makes me laugh.
Good job.
Yeah, this right here.
Sure hurt me. It's funny. Oh, yeah. Get the cigarette out of your mouth, you Frenchie.
Yeah, because Americans don't smoke.
I love it. He handed out juicy fruit.
1998, when we still had good relations with the French.
Why did that guy, like, why are you smoking?
Remember that short period of time we were enemies with the French and we changed French fries to ham fries? Remember that?
I do remember
that very brief moment, yes. For the record, if you're going to give them chewing gum to make them look more American, you think you could give them something other than juicy fruit? That shit's going to last all of 10 seconds.
It's like, going to be tasteless before they leave the building. All right, so just in case people haven't caught on yet, it's raining. Still raining.
Raindrops keep falling on my head.
Is it Godzilla's, like, thunder. It's like
Jurassic Park.
every movie has like its theme. Like I feel like the lightning and thunder and rain is Godzilla's theme of watch out, people, here I come. And like
Could very well be.
Or it's just because everyone's got a cliche and they just think Godzilla looks good in rain. What are you gonna do?
He may have some kind of weather controlling power that we don't know about. I mean, what was the other power we just realized there earlier?
He has teleportation.
Teleportation.
And his ability to change his size.
Yeah, that's amazing.
wait, I have another
So are
thing.
you suggesting that Godzilla is a weather witch?
Among other things, yes.
So hang on, I'm getting a sense here that Godzilla is actually Weapon X from X-Men Origins Wolverine. It's just got a collection of other people's mutant powers.
Okay, good. Does that mean that we could just call on Deadpool to put a bullet in its head and the movie's over?
Unfortunately, that Universal doesn't have the rights to Deadpool.
Alright, so wait, I have another
Give
thing.
it 5 years. The mouse will buy it.
Okay, hang on.
Actually, this is a Sony movie, not Universal, which is weird because now Universal has all the rights to Godzilla and King Kong and all of that. But I guess once upon a time, Sony had the rights to it.
Like, wait, I have another thing. I feel like hang on.
Take a drink every time my daughter says I feel like.
I think the rain is like
Lily, get your thoughts more concurrent or we're going to be drunk.
okay. Well,
Yeah, here's a thought. Take a breath before you start talking.
okay. So I'm right now thinking that the rain is a good use for the fish that are not in the water.
Are you
Okay.
just saying that the fish can stay alive because it's raining on them?
well, there are some puddles, and I feel like a whole stack of those fish, and a lot of rain coming down. Even if Godzilla splashes in a tiny little puddle, it might even get them, and then the fish will be saved. But then
Hey, Jesse, remind me never to do this again.
then a flood might come in accidentally.
Next one's my turn. We'll do like Freddy versus Jason. I'll bring down here to watch it.
Oh,
I
fantastic.
feel like this is punishment for all the times that Eddie jumped in while we were doing commentary.
He added about the same level of insight.
I love it because right now my dogs are fast asleep on the couch. They're just like, why you insulted us? We're being quiet.
All right, our French special ops team here.
Okay, something.
Okay, Jones, the floor is yours. Go. No, talk to the computer.
Here, Jonas.
I found a tunnel.
You just made a tunnel out of the laundry. Terrific.
Nice.
Thank you for that brilliant insight.
Better fold it when you're done.
It looks like.
All right, here comes Godzilla again.
Okay.
You know,
When
this
I,
whole city is going to collapse in on itself. As many tunnels as this freaking lizard has made.
That's actually a good point. These aren't, I mean, I know the subways are fairly big once you actually, get all the crap out of them, but how are so many of these streets and buildings not just falling through
Yes.
the ground?
Yes, it's going to be, New York's going to be one concave divot.
One large golf sand trap.
He didn't even have to knock down the buildings. He just crawled underneath every single one of them and made them all collapse. So there you go.
okay, I don't.
So again, I'm watching this and I'm kind of thinking in my head about 2014 and today's Godzilla movie, and I'm like, yeah, I can definitely see why the Godzilla purists really hate this.
I think.
You'll get a chance to talk, Chatty.
Oh, no.
Just the way they make Godzilla move in the new MonsterVerse movies versus the way this one's moving, where again it's more like what it is. It's a lizard, and people going like, the Godzilla doesn't move that way.
No, I can't even say that I've seen all, the Toho stuff. I've seen a little bit, but Godzilla was always on his hind legs, unless he was, again, tail surfing.
Yeah, I was going to say,
whatever.
gravity-defying drop kick.
I'm serious over. Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Lil.
I just don't know why, but every time I look at Godzilla and his head peeks through something, I feel like he's a snake then.
Yeah, he's got very snake-like movements.
Yeah, I'd agree. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Down here at the sheep meadow where they got a bunch of fish. All right.
Luring him out to Central Park at night. Good, he'll be dead within 5 minutes.
I'm gonna hold back the jokes about that.
Military unneeded.
That is not an original joke. Someone else has made it before, but it was too freaking obvious.
Is that the Ghostbusters building right there?
Oh my god, it is!
Okay, I don't get it, but when they saw Godzilla, they were like, "Who eat cow?" And they did nothing. But then they're like, "Oh my, hold your guns up, people!" And they're like, "I'm holding a gun up!" They're like, "Oh god, what do we do now?"
So the military, in their infinite wisdom, decided we're going to do this again.
Yeah.
They didn't even come up with a big Godzilla killer weapon, right? Or are they trying to trank it with this batch of fish? I can't remember.
I think they said this time they're just not going to rely on heat-seeking technology, which is what. Yeah, because in the first they said the buildings are hotter than he is. That's why that's why we lost the Chrysler building.
Okay, all right.
I mean, just like, do I want the fish? I don't want the fish. I can't make up my mind if I want the fish.
I see the people. They shot me before.
It's time for me to retire.
Clever girl.
Look at my football. Okay, I would just like to make to myself thing.
I gotta imagine it's got pretty thick hide.
Yeah. And they continue to blow up more buildings.
Well, if nothing else, if he's traveling that deep underwater that he wasn't picked up or anything, yeah, you would have to have a pretty strong hide to put up with the pressure.
Science.
So,
I like it, Alexis.
So I think another reason why this movie sort of suffers in the face of other Godzilla movies, other than the obvious things we've already talked about, is this is one long loop of them trying to kill Godzilla, as opposed to the way 2014 handled it, where they had introduced other monsters, and so there's part where they're fighting Godzilla, there's part where they're fighting the monsters, there's part where Godzilla's fighting the monsters, and there's different set pieces to the movie. Oh my goodness.
That is a 10 right there. He did a triple Lindy right into whatever that was.
Okay, I'm gonna join the race. Oh no, the race is starting. Ready, set, go.
The only thing that scene was missing was a plate a plate of glass for the Godzilla to jump through like the Cowardly Lion.
Okay, so this is actually the good backup plan right here. They knew he was going to go into the water at some point.
Okay, you know what? If they had actually made the argument that he had been jumping into the water and hiding in the river, and that's why they kept losing him until they were finally able to get the Navy submarines out there to track him, I actually would buy that.
Yeah, I kind of dig that.
I would just like to add in. I would just like to add in. This Godzilla looks way different than the one we saw today.
Mm-hmm.
You are correct, madam.
That is correct.
This one looks more skinnier. Skinny. And then the other one looks so fat.
Did your 5-year-old do this too, Jesse, where if someone's talking, he has to shout over them and shout nonsense?
And just go do what I do.
Just about every kid does.
Okay.
I'm just looking at Eddie and saying, I'm sorry for any time I've yelled at you for interrupting my podcast.
And do you have an 8-year-old?
A 9-year-old.
Okay, does that child do what I do? I'm 100 years old.
You're how much? Caleb? Yeah, Caleb.
Okay, well, you asked him a question. Let him answer it.
Caleb will be pulling some Jonas stuff right now. I guarantee it. Even though he's 9, he'd be pulling the 5-year-old stuff. So
Terrific.
yeah.
Okay.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh,
They're now flooding a ship.
abandoned ship. Oh, Godzilla done tricked you.
You sank my battleship.
Now I'm going
Don't remind us that was the worst movie.
No, how dare you? How dare you? Battleship is amazing.
Now you're gonna suffer making us sin. Like seriously.
They're dead. Those dudes are dead.
Battleship, right? Have you ever seen it, Jesse?
I have not. I remember you guys talking about it though. Don't they use like do they use the pegs, like the colored pegs for ammunition?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Why haven't I watched this film, I wonder?
Dude,
Because that was the movie that when it came out, the critics actually said this is not a movie that's so bad you should go see it. This is a movie that we are saying, please do not go see it on the grounds that we need to send a message to Hollywood that we don't want more of this crap.
we did an on trial for Battleship last year, which I, of course, came to its defense. That ending set to AC/DC as they get a bunch of old sailors to man a defunct battleship is the greatest thing in the history of cinema.
Unbelievable.
You should watch it when we're done here.
Yeah. I'll stay up till 2.
Please watch it with children in the room though, so that they can yell over it.
We still have a little less than an hour on this movie, just to let you know.
And look, Godzilla is apparently dead.
Oh, so sad. I'll tell you, when King Kong died in, like, what was that, the 78 movie? 77? Man, I was so sad.
Isn't that the King Kong movie that we don't talk about?
It's the one with, is it Bridges? Jeff Bridges in that one?
Yeah, that's the one we don't talk about.
I don't know that. It's been so long since I'd seen it, but I remember being really, like, legitimately upset when King Kong died in that movie.
Okay, I would just like to say something real quick.
Madison Square Garden no longer there.
Godzilla, just in that scene, he was like, "I'm floating in the heaven," like that, and then I was like, okay, that's a waste of fish. There was still that much fish there. Right?
You're very much stuck on the fish thing.
I'm like, well, that is a waste of fish. They're losing their fish popularity. The fish are losing their popularity. No, me. I'm just saying. Okay, we may continue. Okay.
The next time I do this, they're getting Benadryl in their
A little bit of whiskey.
Yeah, what was that you said earlier, that the secret to parenting is hard liquor?
Yes.
What is that, Jack Komodo dragon? Oh, Komodo dragon.
That's the
Just so
big eggs right there, and it's a little bit more than, how many did he say earlier? Like a dozen?
Yeah.
Not exactly.
Oh my God, Godzilla just gave birth to that. Godzilla.
Okay, I will say this is, as much as people make fun of this, at least Godzilla did not do the meticulous egg ranging that the Mutos did in the 2014 movie. Because I'm sorry, the way that they laid the eggs on the nuclear warhead like they did, I was just like, wow, you guys just took feng shui to a whole new level. I cannot be the only one who thought that.
It's been a while since I've seen the movie, so I don't remember that level of detail. But I tell you, I can't look at like a giant room full of eggs like that and not think about aliens.
Alien? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I had to watch Alien Covenant the other night. God help me.
I don't know why you do that to yourself.
I wanted to see it.
Okay.
What was I supposed to say? No?
Tell them. Well, before you do, you should check out the Daniel Hollywood review of it, and then make an informed decision.
Why don't you show your own show to your own guests again?
Okay, quick. I'm just curious. Were those spider webs on the eggs, or were those just?
It looks like it.
It might be like
I don't know. It's probably something else, but it does look like there's some.
bombs.
I don't think I'm assuming it's just kind of like some dried material that'll help the eggs stand up straight or something.
They're eggs, Jonas. They're Godzilla eggs.
They're putting bombs on the eggs there, Mark.
Oh,
He was asking, I think, about the bombs.
Like, are those bombs?
Yes, they put bombs on the eggs.
Maybe that was Lily.
Why?
Well, let's see. They don't want a bunch of Godzillas running around New York.
Well, how about this? They tame a Godzilla. Keep the Godzilla as a protector for the gods, and then it will be fine.
Do you work for the military?
No, but
Wasn't that the plot of the Godzilla animated series?
It was also the plot of Alien 4, I believe.
These things, I wonder.
That worked out.
It never works out well.
Question.
All they need is just one big ass frying pan, and we're going to have ourselves omelets.
Godzilla omelets.
See, I was thinking all we need is some spray paint.
Well,
the world's biggest Easter celebration.
I was a little late on that.
The trailers, by the way, preceding King of Monsters today. One was for It, which was hilarious to watch my children's reaction to that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're not fans of horror movies.
Wait, are you talking about the same one you and I did the react to?
Yeah.
Oh, good God. Those kids are
So my favorite thing was there was a trailer for Dark Fate, and my children aren't familiar with the Terminator franchise. I've never felt the necessary as of yet to show them Terminator 2. They're too young for Terminator 1. So the girl, the Lily's friend that we brought to the movies today, apparently her favorite movie, and she's 5 years old, her favorite movie is Terminator 2. So this movie comes on, my kids have no idea what's happening in this trailer, and this little girl's like, oh, this is the best thing ever, it's more Terminators.
So is that parenting done right?
I would say so.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get on the stick and show them Terminator 2.
Yeah. Are you going to watch? You're not going to let them watch Terminator 1 first?
No.
That kind of gives away like one of the best parts of Terminator 2, though. Well, I shouldn't say gives it away, but it kind of like,
Jesse, do you remember the part where Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese do it?
I spoke about this with you, as a matter of fact, when we talked about it on Long Road to Ruin, if I remember correctly.
Okay, so one of my kids is 8 and the other one's 5. Probably not appropriate.
Quick question before we get into the scene. Have your kids seen Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
I don't think you saw. Did you see Jurassic Park or Jurassic World?
I think it was Jurassic. No, actually, I watched Jurassic Park with you. Oh gosh, look.
I think I've showed them at least one of the movies.
Yeah.
Okay, just curious if they could identify where the copy and paste came on.
There is some real serious aping of the raptors.
That's what I'm telling you. They used like a lot of the CGI from Jurassic Park and just retooled it for this movie.
Little baby Godzilla attack! Oh no!
That's Attack of the Raptors.
Even though they are little, they are still big attackers. Run for your lives!
Get out of here!
You know what this scene needs? It needs an 8-year-old black girl doing gymnastics.
What? You want to do a backflip?
You don't know the joke because you haven't seen the movie, but they got it, and that's why I was doing it for. Sit down.
What are you gonna make? What is he gonna do?
I'll one day be a bad parent and show you Jurassic Park 2.
What will she do? She's gonna do a backflip and hit
No,
the
she
floor?
does a thing on uneven bars and kicks a dinosaur. God, even my kids think that's stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's funny. Me too. How can a girl kick a gigantic dinosaur with
Okay, Cinema Sins, calm down.
Okay, I'm kick you.
Oh, are we gonna watch our first death? Yep. The Godzilla done got him.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, I got another one.
And then he shuts the door, and the thing just walks back open. And he's like, "Yes, pounce."
Good evening. Okay, so Hank Azaria needs to do some Chris Pratt action here. Put his hand down.
That's a Jurassic
I think he
World
does
rep.
that. It's just going to end up like the scene with Vincent D'Onofrio.
There you go. Okay, and every single movie I watch, I really get scared because I feel like the girl is gonna die.
You don't care about the guy, just the girl, you feminist you?
Because I feel like the girl has a main part in the movie. I like this boy didn't die.
So it's okay for the guy to die because he's not the star of this?
No, I think the guy is the star too, but I feel like the guy is just the add-on, and then the girl is like, I gotta save the world. Like,
I want the good guy and the man stay alive.
dude,
70 umbrellas in that shot right there.
Jonas, they are both gonna be alive. I just hope the guy just gets a little bit hurt, and then the girl might survive a bit more.
That was stick with it a little bit on the Ow!
Ow!
That's you, Jack. Yeah. Yeah, that's what.
I wasn't gonna kick you.
Seth, can you two settle down? Thank you.
You started.
Ooh, the mayor and the colonel having words.
Oh god.
Whoa, Jack.
And here's the part where the guy's going to tie the hose around his waist and swing from a bit. No, wait, that's Die Hard.
Yep.
A movie we would much rather be watching.
Man. Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon.
So yeah, I haven't shown him Die Hard yet either.
Wait till Christmas.
Yeah. I'll add that to the Christmas list.
Dude, man, that thing franchise fell off a cliff after 4.
Yeah.
4 was tough to get through. Well, I shouldn't say that. Me and Caleb kind of enjoyed 4, but 3 is my all-time favorite when it comes to Die Hard.
Yeah.
Totally.
3 with Samuel L. Jackson. Other than the first one, it's the first and the third one are the two best. The rest of them kind of meh. And then that one in Russia is
Fucking number, 5.
Oh god, the Russian one. Ugh.
yeah, it's just utter trash.
Utterly ridiculous.
It was utterly ridiculous.
Utterly. Hey, I got a question for you.
For
All
me,
right?
my
No,
daughter-
this is for Lily. Lily.
Yes?
All right. Why does a milk stool only have 3 legs?
Why?
Because the cow has the udder.
Oh.
Go, joke.
Did this movie officially feel boring resorting to dad jokes?
I have a dad joke calendar my mom bought me at work.
Hey, Jonas. Who are you again? Jesse.
Hey,
Jonas.
Jerry, Jelly, what's your name?
Hey, Jelly. Jonas has a joke he'd like to tell you. Go ahead, John.
Let me hear it.
Why did the cookie go to the gotcha? That's really funny.
Oh, good one. That's a good one there. Hey,
Sorry.
Jonas,
What?
where do you find a cow with no legs?
You say, I don't know, Jesse. Where do you find a cow with no legs?
I don't know. I want to hear your head.
Right where you left it.
Okay, okay, I would just like to say real quick, if Jonas repeats that joke 1,000 and a million times to you, you're gonna get annoyed.
No.
All right, back to watching Godzilla.
Oh, we gotta do commentary on this movie.
Okay, here we go from your guy.
I just shoot myself.
Dude, you do not need to waste the bullets on that. You're actually...
I want to know how he fired all of that and he didn't hit a single one of them.
So I've gone to the shooting range, and for my friend's birthday years ago, we shot automatic weapons. You know how you go through a clip? Like, honestly, if you've got the one clip in your machine gun and you're trying to kill, Godzillas, dinosaurs, raptors, whatever, why are you just randomly shooting blind? You're going to be out of bullets and hit nothing.
Yeah, dude. I thought Matthew Broderick bought the farm there for a second.
That was just wishful
No,
thinking.
he's got on a good
Well,
suit
I'll
of...
tell you something.
Hang on. He's got on a good suit of plot armor. I like that, Jonas.
No one actually is a North gun with a machine gun.
He even opens the door like a raptor.
I don't get it. Why does this Godzilla Godzilla, I feel like, okay, I really want to destroy the world. I gotta become. And these are like, I don't care about this human. I'm just gonna eat him up for dinner. Why?
I'm going to you up for dinner.
Dude. Why would I? Why is?
I'm going to play with my dad plate.
Raptors. Oh my gosh. Raptors. Jurassic Park raptors all over.
I keep thinking back to a line from the official riff track of this movie. Run for it! The Raptors from Jurassic Park have filed an official notice. They're taking legal action.
What are you gonna do, dude? There you go. To the head.
Give him the boot. Give him the boot.
To the head.
Come on.
What year did Jurassic Park come out?
1992 or 93, I think. I think it was 92.
So here's what I'm thinking happened. So Jurassic Park comes out. It's obviously a huge hit, and then there's studios around Hollywood going, all right, we need to put out more giant dinosaur type movies, and that's when somebody says, I think the rights to Godzilla are available.
93, by the way, 93. Yeah, it's just really blatant. Genre, no.
Yeah, just feel free to talk over Jonas, Jesse. It's fine.
I don't want to. I'm sure he's got something important to say.
I don't know.
For the record, we're also not sure if when we talk over him, if you guys can actually hear us or not.
Watching my foot.
If they don't want to see your foot, you're not on camera. Our camera's off.
Darn it.
Oh, no. And the love of your life just fell out of the ceiling.
Oh, no. There goes Tokyo.
Oh, no. Oh, genre,
Oh,
no.
no, not the camera.
How dare you?
What is that? No.
I still don't understand why the French are trying to be so secretive about this. It bugs me.
God, we're still doing this.
Still figuring out their environment by using their nose and going up against it, yes.
I'm going to have to rewatch this again and compile some notes for my brilliant defense of this movie.
The CGI is, this part I think is like the most offensive when it comes to CGI here.
Agree.
There is some really bad spots where I'm just like, ugh. And you know, this movie was fantastic back in '98. I thought it was something
I'm
spectacular.
wondering if before HD TV, if this was noticeable.
Yeah. Well, did '98 have Armageddon that year? Or was that? Oh, see, I gotta go.
Yeah, but
That's something I haven't done yet. Let's talk about some of the top films from 1998 as the climax of the film happens.
By the way, I saw Armageddon with my buddy in the theater, and both of us had a good cry when it was over.
Oh, it's a good film. I like it. All right, 1998 top films according to Wikipedia. We'll go from 10 to 1. We'll see if we can. Maybe. There it is. Highest grossing is what we're doing. All right, from 10 to 1. All right, Mark Rat. See if you can guess this one, okay?
Okay?
Detective Murtaugh. And
It's a weapon.
and which one?
4.
That's right. That's number 10. This film. This is a film that came out from Miramax, number 9, Shakespeare in Love. I've never seen it.
I don't think I've seen it either, but I'm aware the movie exists.
I actually own it on DVD.
Really?
Really?
Who's in it?
That's a movie that Gwyneth Paltrow won an Oscar for.
Oh, okay. Now I can see the cover of it right now. All right. Eddie Murphy talks to animals, Mark Radlich.
Dr. Dolittle.
Number 8, that's right.
They're doing a remake of Dr. Dolittle with, I believe, Robert Downey Jr. next year.
Really? Are they going more for what the traditional Dr. Dolittle was from the original movie, or are we just going to remake Eddie Murphy?
I hope it's the former, not the latter, but I haven't done that much research on the subject.
You're missing the movie.
Okay. Okay, call me if I'm crazy, but I just saw. I call me if I'm crazy.
You're interrupting the list.
All right, Alexis Hana. This is one of the 2 Disney movies that came out in 1998. Make that 3 if we're counting another one. I'm not going to count another. Try Disney animated. So, yes, one of the 2 Disney animated movies that came out in 1998. Can you take a stab at which one it could be? I believe there was a dragon in it.
Oh, Mulan.
That's right. And Szechuan sauce, as a matter of fact.
Okay, it killed me when that happened because I remember Googling how to make the Szechuan sauce. It's really not that hard of a recipe, and everyone's going nuts. Going like, I want Szechuan. It's like, okay, do you people know what Szechuan is? B, do you not realize this is one of the easiest things in the world to make?
I have never had it, but I remember when, that thing like became viral. What was it, about a year ago? Rick and Morty, of course. I remember Szechuan sauce. Gotta get some more of that Szechuan sauce.
Rick and Morty fans are just weird.
Oh,
I really hate that show.
You guys,
I'm not a fan of it either.
You guys make me sick. How's that? What do you think of that?
I hope we finally got Jesse's goat. He broke his usually stern and together veneer.
If I had one show that I was stuck on a deserted island and had to watch over and over and over, it would be Rick and Morty.
Really? Not Back to the Future?
One show. It had to be a show, so I'm not talking a film.
Right. Well, you didn't pick The Wire, so you're wrong.
No, here we go.
Everyone take a drink.
Take a drink. All right. So, Mark, I don't know if anybody has any commentary. I don't want to,
Take our drink.
No, I'm just waiting for this to end.
These girls, are Matthew Broderick and Anne Heshish are about to fall back in love here.
Let's see.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Oh, yeah,
six. Six, actually, it had 2 pretty famous actors in it that I can remember. One, Morgan Freeman, who played the president.
Oh, Deep Impact.
Pretty good. My goodness.
Yeah.
All right. Then, Alexis, do you know what the other Disney animated film could possibly be at number 5 for 1998?
Give me a clue.
Okay. Ooh, I've never seen this movie. I know that's not a clue. That's like standard life for me.
The Hunt of Notre Dame.
Oh, nope.
No, that came out years before. I know that.
Let me see if I could give you who starred in it. It's directed by John Lasseter, and
Toy Story?
The film stars the voices of Dave Foley, Kevin Spacey, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Oh, A Bug's Life.
Yep. I've never seen that.
Again, own it on DVD.
I don't know if I'm wrong, but I feel like I just saw the rain come up. I saw rain.
Yes, Lily, it's raining from the ground up. Go ahead.
Oh, it's raining everywhere in this film. Trust me.
I'm surprised none of us have made a joke about how dated this film is with all the Blockbuster product placements.
I saw like a Josta poster there. Yep, get out of there. More Raptors.
Alright, I just saw it, the giant was what? Gone, banged into the door, and I was like, ugh! And, bam. Kept running.
Go ahead, Jess.
Number 4, 1998, stars Cameron Diaz, Matt Dillon, Ben Stiller.
There's something about Mary.
And a very inconsiderate.
So, just pay attention to the movie for 1 second. So Matthew Broderick's big plan to escape from the giant to the baby Godzillas was to throw balls on the ground, and really this needed some Benny Hill. We needed some yakety sax.
I was going to do that, but they actually did have the official riff tracks, and I'm trying to avoid copying their jokes.
Oh no!
I've never seen it, so it's good. And bright minds think alike. But the other thing that needed was the sound of bowling pins being knocked over.
So number 3 is actually the movie we're watching right now. So, yep,
see?
That's right.
It can't be that bad if it made that much money.
Number 2 is a war epic, starring Tom Hanks.
Saving Private Ryan.
Right. And then number 1. This film, Mark cried at the end.
Armageddon.
I'm
getting out of here.
Armageddon it.
Armageddon it. It's Armageddon it.
Okay, this kills me because while I know that this probably would cause the baby raptors to jump back for a second, they would not take this long to suddenly get their bearings.
Yeah.
Scary. Oh, okay, now I can run forward and eat you.
Are we officially calling these baby raptors?
Yes.
Yes. As if there were anything else. Oh, that's a waste of a good gun.
Yeah, it's like somehow the gun's holding back the giant lizard.
They are coming in hot, ladies and gentlemen, weapons free. The Madison Square Garden is about to go down. Oh. Nothing like some Roland Emmerich explosion special effects right here.
Oh my God. I guarantee you when he was directing the scene, he had no pants on.
Yeah, in all fairness, though, Roland Emmerich does do a good job actually using models for most of his explosions.
As horrid as some of the CGI has been in here, I still think his building explosions are top notch.
So are you going to watch Independence Day with your kids on July 4th?
We usually do.
Yeah, I think we did. I know at least one July 4th we did. So.
And then you watch the sequel?
I was going to say, tell me that you two don't force your kids to watch this second Independence Day movie. That was so bad.
Yeah, Robert and I reviewed it. We watched it for the purposes of reviewing, and that's really all it needed. That is the most awkward kiss. Like, he's just kind of leaning into her and, like, no embrace going on.
She just kind of looked like, well, I guess we have to do this.
Yeah, that was a poorly directed scene there. And now he's got his arm around her. Like, take her in your arms, you unromantic bastard.
So, am I completely off? I still have 2 hours and 18 minutes listed here. And we still got half an hour left of the big bad, don't we? That's what I thought.
Does anyone know how you connect from the river to Madison Square Garden? And why she just looks like she swallowed a Tic Tac?
Well, the answer to your first question, he took the A train.
And how did Godzilla get turned back alive?
Oh, no. Oh, now this makes me sympathetic. That's horrible.
My baby!
My poor charred lizard baby.
You turned him into Godzilla turkey.
Now you're gonna pay.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. That was weird.
Oh, he would right now. If this was Godzilla Kingdom of Monsters that we just read, these guys are lit up. I mean, or stepped on, one or the other.
That's what this movie needed. This movie needed a female pop star who was woke.
Oh yes. Who would it have been back in '98? Missy Elliott.
The memory of that stupid book out of my.
Missy Elliott showing up in a fish lens. That's what we do. Speaking of fish. Godzilla is pissed.
And Godzilla is stopped by a gate.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second. The buildings don't matter. But that little fence did.
I did not see us.
Because the camera's not on.
I don't think camera on me on.
No, no one needs to see your face.
No. I don't see that.
Go away. Let's finish watching the movie.
Okay, so fun little tidbit here. I actually own this movie on DVD. I got it for like $2 at a discount bin. It was just like, why the hell not? And again, I watched it with the Rick Track. The other night, while watching Godzilla Final Wars with Andre, when Zilla, is officially dubbed, shows up in Sydney, Andre just kind of had this look on her face like, what the hell is that? And I pulled out the Godzilla DVD and pointing it because on the back of the DVD is a full picture of Zilla. And I'm just pointing at it like an excited little kid going, look. And he just does this great double take of what the hell?
Oh, yep. Justin hooked me up with a few of the Toho stuff, and I was looking to see which ones I had. So apparently I have Godzilla 1998, which we're watching, Godzilla 2000, Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, Godzilla versus Megaguirus, Godzilla Final Wars, and Godzilla Giant Monsters All Out Attack, Godzilla Tokyo SOS. Those are the ones he lent me for copy a while back.
So there's
no Godzilla versus Megalon?
Apparently not. Apparently not.
Godzilla's on Netflix. Some various ones. This one's not on there.
Yeah, this one required me to go to my DVD stash.
I actually bought this sucker.
Ooh, are you proud, sir?
I am. I'm amassing quite the collection of 90s crap. It's not all crap. I got Judgment Night, Surviving the Game, Godzilla.
I want to watch Surviving the Game. We were supposed to do that a while back. I remember we were talking after Judgment Night. We need to watch Surviving the Game.
Yep. That is a great movie. You ever seen it, Alexis?
What was the movie again?
Surviving the Game.
90s, Ice-T.
Oh, yeah. Sean showed me that a couple of years ago. That was fun. Or F. Murray Abraham is an obvious bad guy.
Yes.
All right, so Godzilla's chasing down the cab.
And suddenly moving in slow motion. This thing was on a full-out run before.
Yeah, to where helicopters couldn't catch it.
Now he's just kind of skipping along. I'll catch you someday. I mean, granted, it's had a bad day.
He doesn't even say thanks. He just hangs up the phone.
He just looks so defeated.
Yeah, this guy's had you talk about a shitty day.
Just wait till he gets cast in Transformers.
Oh, no.
Hey. Age of Extinction is cinematic gold.
Oh my.
He wasn't in Age of Extinction.
It doesn't. Oh, that's right. He's what's his face parent.
Hey, I forgot I know how to do this.
Yeah, it's like you should have opened that shit up like right when you saw your charred baby. Was that
Sorry, that always kills me. That it's like, God, how does Godzilla keep forgetting that he is the freaking atomic blast?
Look at that 90s printer sheet. Stuff on the side.
Fresh off the OK data. We've lost my daughter. She's asleep.
Oh, she fell asleep?
I'm not.
You were asleep, Lily.
Oh.
Yeah, but I don't want to go to bed.
She has hit the wall, ladies and gentlemen. She's talked herself out. Meanwhile, my son was doing flying headbutts into the couch.
Stop! Yeah, but it's very cold. I like this.
Okay, so one of my criticisms of this movie is it's way too long. So what is it? 2 hours, 17 minutes?
I got 2
yeah.
Obviously including credits. So I don't know how. You know, every umbrella manufacturer probably gets a shout out there in the credits.
I'm falling asleep because it's long.
Yeah, this needed to be a hard 90 minutes. This is going on forever.
Are you sure, or does it just feel like it's going on forever?
Well, again, there's a lot of repetition here. I mean, honestly, like, if the third act was just going to deal with running from the raptors, that needed to be cut down, especially for Godzilla to make his grand appearance here.
You know what scares Godzilla the most?
I would have loved if this didn't work, actually, and Godzilla was like, haha, bite.
It's like, what? Trying again?
My other issue with this is, as I'm watching it, is the nice things about some of these other movies is that they change locations. This is the entire thing takes place in Manhattan.
Maybe Roland Emmerich thought that no one would be interested in it unless it took place in New York.
That's real.
Jesus Christ. Right into Godzilla's mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, I actually did like this. I thought this was pretty suspenseful. Although, why the hell is it so hard for him to either squish them or swallow it?
So another issue with this movie that I'm sure Godzilla purists really hated: no atomic breath.
Right here, he could have just vaporized them.
Yep.
Ooh, grab the live wire. Right up in the old tooth.
Oh, I just got that pulled. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, you've never launched from a Godzilla mouth then.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, this movie needs some editing.
And a script doctor.
Now I want to see Godzilla compete in a mud race. I jump through obstacles.
I'm gonna jump for you. I'm a ghost, so I go for you.
You're not a ghost. You're hissing like a snake.
Have
you lost interest in this movie?
I know.
Yes. Oh, sorry. I thought you was asking me.
Daddy, I don't want to go here. Paint my board house tomorrow.
Sure.
Yay!
So in the great scheme of things, what defeats Godzilla is a net.
A net. Yep. Which is.
Well, they can't use bullets. That never works.
Oh my! Godzilla's gonna fall!
Nuke it.
Dynamite.
That's right.
I'm surprised that bridge hasn't collapsed.
So let's review here. Godzilla's downfall here was that he got caught up in the wiring on the bridge.
Yep. That car just about did not make it. Just about.
That's Roland Emmerich's specialty. He loves it when you just barely make it.
Yep.
I mean, seriously, watch his movies. He has a serious thing going on where it's like literally skin of the hair of your teeth.
The UFO escaping the mothership in Independence Day. Perfect example.
The dog escaping and getting into safety.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Barely.
The old fisherman in the beginning of this movie.
Oh, now he's going to look at Matthew Broderick and say, "Why? Why my babies and now me?"
We just needed to understand it.
Again, they can't figure out if we're supposed to be amazed by this thing or terrified by this thing. It's like this thing just like tried to eat them. Why are we suddenly feeling so sorry for it?
The guys that are operating the spotlights could do a better job, considering they're just waving them left and right, up and down. It's like there's a Godzilla there. Just keep it on the Godzilla, please. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Godzilla gets up and dances.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
You said it before I could.
I want my baby. I want my baby. I want my baby. I want my baby.
There you go. Oh. Yep. Look what you wrought. It's still raining, by the way, just to let everybody know.
And yet I only see umbrellas in the background.
I like how it was only raining hard, though, on Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, it's like pissing down the rain on him. I mean, bad.
Yeah, that doesn't look like a hose or anything.
My horrible DVD copy cannot take the pixelation of this rain at all. It's like blurring his face out.
Oh, and the lights.
Yep.
Oh, the light has gone out of Godzilla.
No!
Shut.
Again. Oh, what have we done? I feel so sorry for it. Oh, no. Wait, we're going to start celebrating now.
$1 bajillion in damage done to this. And you're sad about a damn giant lizard. Yay! Umbrellas in the air. Wave them like you just don't care.
This Godzilla was brought to you by the people that brought you Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins or Mary Poppins Returns?
Ooh.
We took my daughter and a bunch of her friends to go see Mary Poppins Returns for her birthday.
And I did not want to see it.
Now, see,
Okay, what is the point of this?
This girl, they were destined to be with each other. Oh, well, maybe not.
I just love this stupid look on the dude's face.
Siskel and Ebert right here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh!
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down, right in your face. This guy is the most nervous soldier in the army I've ever seen. Like, he's always fumbling stuff. People are firing the guns around him. He's scared half to death when they're firing guns around him.
Yeah, he was stuttering through most of the movie. And all of a sudden, it's like, he did a hell of a job. Like, we were supposed to care?
Your Matthew Broderick cannot get his hands off this blonde.
Oh, man, he's been in love with her since, the college days. Punch him in the face.
I love that he stole her expose, and the only thing he can think to say to her is, "You're beautiful."
Oh, Jean Reno strikes again.
It's like, dude, there goes my Pulitzer.
Where's Philippe? I bet you he's having a cigarette and coffee right now.
He's very French.
Hey, what do you think of that? Huh?
I finally got the French coffee.
I have a baguette in my pants.
Oh, my goodness. I've got Weird Al's. Oh, crap. What is it, Mark? Help me. The Frenchies think I'm. Oh, my gosh. I'm a genius in France. There we go. I'm a genius in France. Tell me you've heard that one, Mark.
The UFOs have landed.
No.
You where they are.
No.
Thanks, star.
No. Genius in France. He couldn't pour water out of a boot with instructions on the heel. I couldn't pour water out of a boot with instructions on the heel. Instructions on the heel. There you go. Jonas knows what I'm talking about. And the umbrellas.
I did not know what you're talking about.
You know what? Your dad made a big mistake not playing it for you. I'm very disappointed in him.
And here we go with the teaser for the sequel that we didn't want. Actually, can I steal one last joke from the riff tracks?
Please.
The official riff tracks. There's one joke and during this final moment here that I cannot think of anything better to say than what they did.
Hey, I have a joke.
Not that. And we get the crack.
I have a joke for you.
Ev. That's all, folks.
Ah, yes, indeed.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, let me crank up this soundtrack here. Hold on. Come with me.
All right, go to bed, both of you.
No. Yeah.
Go in your room, Jonas.
Do I have to turn on the TV?
Well,
Well, thank you for listening to the show. I hope you enjoyed it.
I heard you snoring, Lily. You sound like your dad.
My TV can still be on?
yeah, you can put your TV on.
Yeah. Can I see the joke?
Yes, you can sleep in your brother's room. Ugh. Why did I invite them on here?
I think I was entertained. I had a good time.
Well, I do
I
hope-
apologize to Eddie and Toby for ever getting mad at them for interrupting the show.
New York cop, New Jersey cop, forklift driver, field reporters, puppeteers.
Someday, Lily's going to bring a boy home, and I'm just going to have this podcast blaring through the house.
Oh, do that.
Holy crap! Creature vocals by Frank Welker. No way.
Oh, I totally missed that.
Oh, I never caught that before. That is awesome.
That's pretty cool.
So this movie got a whole lot better, right?
No, but it just further establishes how Frank Welker is the god of voice acting.
Yeah, that is Fred, right? Fred from Scooby-Doo?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's Scooby-Doo in the background, right?
Yeah,
No.
Frank Welker has always performed the voice of Fred. He holds the Guinness record for longest IMDb page.
Oh, wow. Longest IMDb page.
Yeah, seriously, go to IMDb, type in Frank Welker, and just start scrolling.
All right, folks, no plugs tonight. Just check out Godzilla Week all week long. We've got some source material Godzilla, a review of the new movie. We've got an on trial. So it's all coming up this week so we can celebrate the new Godzilla movie. I hope you enjoyed this commentary. Any last words, Alexis?
Nothing at the moment for not doing plugs. No, I'm glad we got to do this. I love doing commentaries with you guys, even if we have to listen to children having strokes and seizures in the background.
That's pretty much what would happen if my kids were down here too. So I'm glad I'm separated by about 12 feet in a door. Although my kids can be pretty much like raptors and come right through them with no problem. Last words for me. I mean, my goodness. It's a blast of the past, 1998. Zilla, just for our good buddy Justin Thomas, who wouldn't join us tonight. He wanted to watch a real movie, he said. Whatever. Boo. Yeah. Cinematic masterpiece, Mark. I hope you have a good time defending this thing.
I will. I'm going to watch it again at some point this weekend.
And the rest of us are going to go see Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
Already saw it. Hope you enjoy it. All right, folks, we're out of here. Check out Godzilla Week. Be well, be safe, and behave.